Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target, Day 3 of England and Pakistan. आज हम लोग आगे नए नए हेयर कटान ले लेके आगे बेहतरीन चमक रहे धमक रहे. But so is Imamul Haq and Saud Shakil were चमक रहे धमक रहे for Pakistan. I have with me Mustafa Bhai. Mustafa, what's up, bro? How's it going?
What's up, man? All good, bro. Just recovering from the World Cup quarterfinals and all the cricket, but a bit of a less busy day today. So yeah, enjoying it.
Yeah, definitely. So 157 needed for Pakistan to win day 4, 4 wickets down. Uh, you know, a lot of us thought that the likes of Leach or Joe Root might be able to get a few wickets. Wasn't the case. I mean, they did manage to still get Rizwan and I think Babar out with Robinson. But yeah, how do you feel it's going to pan out day 4?
Pakistan still in a very good chance, but I think that Imam Ullah wicket, वो बहुत बड़ा wicket था England के लिए. That'll give them a lot of confidence. And we saw in this pitch ki you can have partnership. Which once you get one or two wickets, you can straight away get into uh, like a cluster of 4 or 5 wickets. So if you saw yesterday, it was Stokes and what's his name were batting, right? Who was it? Stokes and
One, 8 minute. Stokes
I'll
and
tell you
Brooks.
that.
Brooks,
Yeah, so
Brooks.
Harry Brook, they were batting, and we thought they could go past 350. But after they got out, suddenly Pakistan picked up 5 wickets for 11 runs, 12 runs. So I think England can do the same tomorrow. It's not going to be easy chase, but within striking distance, Pakistan now it just depends on can Saud Shakil carry them through. He's batting superbly. I think Vinesh Bhai, our friend of the show, he's
Yeah.
mentioned his name quite a few times, showing very good technique once again on a tough pitch. And I felt Imam Haq batted really well as well. He was injured, so he came a bit lower in the order. But I felt he batted really well. Now it's Fahim Ashraf and then Aga Salman and then it's the bowlers. So that's the only thing I'm a bit worried about from Pakistan's point of view. It's bowling all rounders who are there to bat. So a lot rest on Saud Shakil and that partnership with Fahim Ashraf. Ashraf can get a few boundaries, play some attacking
Mhm.
shots, take the pressure off, then maybe we have a game on our hands. But it will be difficult. I think England will continue to look to take wickets and they will have opportunities. They dropped a few catches today, man. So if you saw,
Yeah, that was shocking.
Dropped a catch. Ollie Pope also dropped a catch. So that was something that, if they take the chances tomorrow, then I think they should win it.
So I mean, look, we don't see. I didn't see a lot of purchase that England were able to get with the fast bowler or the spinners when you compare it to the Pakistan, innings. When Pakistan were bowling, they were able to get Abrar Ahmed was getting wickets like this. So do we see the wicket sort of changing, the track changing, or is it just that they're not bowling in the right spots? How do you feel like the English bowling can come back to?
No, I think England bowled better with the older ball. If you notice in the first inning, same thing. We thought Abrar bowled so well. How come England are not picking up wickets? Because Pakistan were 100 for 2 in the first innings. Lekin when the ball got older, they just understood the ball better. They knew where to pitch it, and they got that reverse swing. I think they bank on that a lot. So I think as the ball gets older, England will get into the game and they will cause chances. With the new ball, they haven't been as effective, maybe, but if you look at it so far, Pakistan also apart from Abrar, they haven't shown much. So with the ball, because the wicket is a slower wicket, like you still have time even when it's turning. You have time to play your shots, but of course it's still difficult to survive because the odd one will keep low and things like that. And you will see more of that tomorrow. But
Mhm.
today, Saud Shakil and Imam Ullah, they batted out of the skin because they did get it to Nip Anderson, Mark Wood, and Robinson, all three outstanding deliveries. That
Yeah.
Anderson delivered to Rizwan. Rizwan didn't know what happened. He just stood there for 5 minutes in the crease. Kya Zabardast ball tha. Then Ollie Robinson to
Hmm.
Babar again, in swinger again. This time top of off, like unbelievable ball. And then Mark Wood showing his pace and bowling a ridiculous delivery. Actually, those three deliveries were probably the best of each individual's delivery of the year. That's how good
Yeah.
the balls were.
Yeah, Babar again. Like we will go into the ITS and discuss that ball, but again, I think back to back he got sucked into that delivery, and again, beautiful delivery by Robinson.
Uh,
But yeah, it's just been a very. It's been actually, if you think about it, it's been a level kind of a day. I mean, England not giving away too many runs, but like if you think about day 4, it's going to be interesting, and I love this approach from Ben Stokes. I think I'm becoming a fan of this whole baseball thing now because the test matches are getting interesting. You want to get up and sort of watch this thing. It's no more tuk traditional approach. It's more like a modern era game. So I think it's a very interesting day 4. The way it's set, 157 runs. 90 overs are going to be played in the day, and how England are going to sort of run after the wickets.
You know 100% that उन्हें कुछ अलग भी करेंगे फील्ड पे देख लो अगर नई विकेट्स मिले पहले सेशन में you will see something different in the field. You will see a different approach with the ball. They might go short ball tactic. They might go a different line. They will do something. Already they could root leg slip पे खड़ा हुआ है most of the day. He's doing different things, and of course it's very entertaining. Ben Stokes captaincy. What he will be hoping for is a couple of early wickets tomorrow if he can get that because he got the wicket of Imam now. If he can get Fahim Ashraf and get into that tail, then England are looking good to win this Test match. For Pakistan, all hope is on South Shakil, and if I Ashraf can give him that supporting role.
Yeah, speaking of fielding, I think substitute fielder Rehan Ahmed had come onto the field and he was, गली क्रिकेट में अपन सामने बंदे को खड़ा देते देखो जैसा मैंने वैसा खड़ा हुआ था. I think there was a shot where Imam Haq whacked it for four, I think. And the commentator was saying this is some kind of a school boy and school girl kind of a cricket. जो field placing Ben Stokes का है तो मतलब Miran was like right in front of the guy just to like how you talk to the bowler भाई कैसे है क्या है. That's
Exactly.
how kind of a feel he had set. So yeah, Ben Stokes out of the box thinking always. So let's go to the eye test and discuss more about Imam and South Shakil's batting.
Yeah.
Yes, so it was a day full of Imams and Shakils and a partnership that was actually looking threatening to the English at bowling attack. But then there comes Jack Leach breaking it. So what do we make about Imam and South's sort of partnership, man?
I think Imam was fortunate a couple of times, but he batted really well. He showed some great. He's not fully fit also. To the temperament he showed was really good. I felt some of the shots were very good, and he absorbed the pressure. But I felt that he got lucky at times, and then that he would be gutted though. Like he's playing in his home ground. If he can win the Test match with his team in Multan, then nothing better than that, right? So he'll be gutted the way he got on. But overall, I think it's a very good partnership. He after losing those three wickets, we lost Babar and Rizwan and these guys. The pressure was always going to be at Pakistan, but he made sure he knuckled down and no matter whatever he was going through, he fought it out and he gave a lot of good support to South Shakil. And South Shakil is Zabardast man. His technique is really good, very good defensively. He can clear the shots when needed as well. He's a good lever of the ball, judges line length good. So I've been very impressed with South Shakil this whole series, and it's been a great partnership. Unfortunately, he got out, but South Shakil is still there, and he can still muster up something because it's not going to be easy to get him out. But again, on this pitch, you will give chances. So I don't blame Imam ul Haq. I'm not saying that his innings was good. It was a very good innings because you will give chances. It's about the opposition taking those. And the one
Yeah.
he hit straight to Will Jacks, it was a hard cotton ball. And then the down the leg side also, like that should have been taken. But apart from that, it was a very good innings, good rotation of strike, good defense, and on a tricky pitch, they kept Pakistan in the game.
Yeah, I think if England will be able to, like you keep saying, they dropped a lot of catches. If they're able to be sort of clinical in the field, then I think Pakistan get wiped out quickly. Like, it's going to be a tough, day in the batting for Pakistan as well. I mean, they just got by, बोल सकते हैं. I mean, 100 partnership, yes, South and Imam put on something like that. But अगर England managed to get those catches what they dropped today, तो फिर देखने की बात रहेंगी. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we
coming to Imam Al Haq, despite the injury, man, he was like playing. He scored about 60 of 104, and Acha Khasa he waited at the back. So what is exactly the nature of his injury? Do we know that?
I'm not sure exactly what it is. I think he picked it up during fielding. I'm not sure exactly what the extent of the injury is, but he did come out to bat. He came in the middle order, and we saw that with Rohit Sharma the other day. And Imam Ulhaq now,
Mhm.
like these guys are warriors. They come out to bat, and he's a good player of the short ball as well. I think that gives him an advantage. And then, to be fair, he gets criticized so much for being the nephew of Imam Ulhaq, but whenever he
Mhm.
gets opportunity, he does score runs. Of course, he's not as consistent as you would like to, but he does get his runs, and today those were crucial runs that keeps Pakistan in the game. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि खाली दो तीन विकेट होना इंग्लैंड को अभी 6 विकेट होना. The reason for that was that partnership between Imam and Saud Shakil. So I give him credit for that. Again, the way he got out away from the body, he tried to slash at it and he got the edge. Very good catch from Root. वहाँ पे थोड़ा
Yeah.
सा adjustment करना पड़ता है. You do get tempted in those situations, but on a rank turner, playing like that on a not a ranked runner, but a pitch which is conducive to spin, you have to be a bit careful playing away from the body.
Yeah. Speaking of wickets, again, your boy Ollie Robinson, clean bowled in swinger. You talked about this in the first innings as well. In the second innings, again, Babar Azam falling to that wicket. So yeah, what was that delivery like?
Outstanding, man. He pitched outside off stump. It was short of good length, and it just jagged back in. And hit the top of the stumps, and it was brilliant delivery. Barber went to leave it because it was outside of way outside off stump. But the way Jack back in, and Robinson has this knack with the first innings also, he got Barber bowled. That was a fuller delivery, and he got him bowled through the gates. It's the reverse swing he's getting. The seam he's getting off the pitch. The seam he's getting is fantastic, and I give him a lot of credit because he's now found a formula to bowl in conditions which are not conducive to just
Yeah.
swing. Right? He's creating his own swing. He's creating his seam. He's creating his line in length, and these are Pakistan conditions for fast bowlers are not easy, especially for foreign fast bowlers. And he's doing a fabulous job, man. Ollie Robinson. I think that ball was brilliant, and Barber is an outstanding batsman, class batsman, and you know what he can do, and he has chased these kind of scores in the past, Barber. So his wicket was massive. So yeah, shout out to Ollie Robinson, man. He's getting those induckers coming in properly.
Yeah, seriously, that was a crazy, crazy ball from thing. But yeah, you were right in saying that the fast bowler are not getting a lot of purchase. That's why we've been seeing a lot more spin attack. I mean, we haven't seen Jimmy Anderson also getting a lot of over. I think कुछ 6 ओवर ही डाला होने ज़्यादा कुछ डाला भी नहीं. बस it's
Uh,
just so conducive to spin. तो I mean, yeah, it's gonna be interesting कि कल क्या होता है, because कल का day is gonna be either this or that. Either the batsman prolong on the wicket, yeah, England clean it up. So yeah, I think
जिमी
you
का बॉल ऑफ द मैच था वो, मतलब जिमी का जो मैच था, बॉल ऑफ द सीरीज जो डाला रिजवान को. For a 40-year old, even if you read the commentary, hear the commentary, wherever you read about him, it's just unbelievable what he did, man. तो वो भी पाकिस्तान में वैसे पिचेस पे उन्हें जो बॉल डाला, ऐसे दिख रहा लॉर्ड्स पे खेल रहे थे. So yeah, sorry, you were saying.
मैं वही बोला था कि कल का आई थिंक कल खत्म हो जाना चाहिए आइडियली द डे 4
क्या
विल
हो
बी द
जाता.
लास्ट डे आई फील सो बिकॉज जो तरीके का मैच है अभी इट्स हाफ एंड हाफ यू कैन रियली कॉल इट फॉर आइदर साइड Pakistan just need to make sure they keep on their momentum and थोड़ा टुक करे but find the odd boundary like they were today and it's not that big of a score but yeah the way the pitch is acting out it's going to be interesting to see what Pakistan do.
Yeah, कल खत्म हो जाता है. Either England will pick up wickets early and wipe out the tail, or South Shakil will take it into the second session, and from there he can try to script a great Pakistan victory, because on this pitch, batting second, chasing 350 is no mean feat. Yes, the turn is not as quick, like it's not as dangerous, but still there's a lot of turn there, up and down balls. Even today when they were batting, you could see the way Anderson would at times were getting like the odd bounce and everything. So it's not going to be easy, but let's see. I'm going England 70-30 to win the set.
Oh, England 70-30. So you feel like they're going to clean it up and be clinical in the field, eh?
I think they should,
But
because yeah.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was saying because पहले इनिंग में 100 for 2 थे, एकदम से क्लीन कर दिया पाकिस्तान को 200 ऑलरेडी. यहाँ पे तो और आपके फेवर में है कंडीशंस, तो आई थिंक दे शुड बी एबल टू. और एक दो विकेट के बाद आप टेल के अंदर है, तो द मेन वाज इज साउथ शकील्स विकेट. इफ दे गेट हिम देन the doors open very quickly.
Yeah. Speaking of another result that we had today, we had Australia versus West Indies as well, and
Yes, sir.
I mean, I was very sad to see how it panned out because बहुत बुरा लग रहा है West Indies के cricket को ऐसा देखते हुए. But yeah, I mean, they were just all out for 77, and your boy Nesser took 3 wickets, Stark took 3 wickets, and Boland also cleaning 3 wickets. So like it was an impeccable performance from Australia. I don't know what they're going to do in the next series. अभी से मेरे को तो डर हो रहा है इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए, but what do we make of this Australian side, man? They're killing it. Labuschagne and Steve Smith, and एक से एक निकल निकल के तो ऑलरेडी घसे हुए प्लेयर हैं, बट डर हो रहा कि कंपेयरिंग टू द इंडियन साइड जो अभी जिस तरीके से क्रिकेट खेल रही है, इट्स गोना बी एन इंपॉर्टेंट बांग्लादेश इंडिया टेस्ट सीरीज टू अंडरस्टैंड वेयर वी स्टैंड इन दैट फील्ड.
Australia, the problem with them is when they get put to the test, right? When they when things don't go the way, they start panicking. So that's what I want to see, because this is a similar team that lost to India in at home. So it's not like they're unbeatable. We saw in England they won, they were winning 2-1, and then they lost the lead. It was 2-2. They lifted the ashes, but they didn't win the series over there. So when they're put to the test, there are holes where the likes of Cummins, Stark, these were outstanding bowlers, but injury does play a part. Fatigue plays a part with them. With the bad, Labuschagne and Smith are outstanding, but what if they get out early? Then what do you do on turning wickets? There's always chancing and look out karne ke liye. This series, you have to take into consider the opposition. Australia dominated, and you have to beat who's in front of you. They played amazing. Labuschagne, outstanding, world class. Nothing to take away from them. But this is a struggling. Travis Head was brilliant. Smith was brilliant. with the ball. Nasser, you mentioned Boland also outstanding. But I want to see what happens with the South Africa series because they're going to play at home. Again, I do. Australia are favorites for me in this test series as well because they're playing at home. But sometimes you put, especially away from home, Australia, if you put them to the test, they can fumble. But at home, I think this is the biggest test. If they play South Africa and if they beat them convincingly, then that India series is going to be very dangerous for sure because they'll have the momentum going with them. It'll be different conditions, but they'll have the momentum. And Smith and Labuschagne are very good players of spin also. So देखना पड़ेगा क्या होता है वहाँ पे. But their biggest test of the summer will come now next week when South Africa tune in and join the
Yeah,
party.
yeah, that's gonna be an exciting series to watch because you have the likes of Rabada and Nokia and
Catches.
yeah,
Yeah.
all of these guys are gonna be insane to watch. And obviously, South Africa and Australia similar conditions, so the bowlers don't need to really get used to the pitch and stuff because like we saw them even in the T20 World Cup, they were destructive. Unfortunately, Netherlands से हार गए थे, but yeah, उनके bowlers थोड़े बहुत accustomed है ये conditions के लिए.
नहीं 100% अकस्टम थे लेकिन अभी जो रहेगा ये जो टेस्ट रहेगा ऑस्ट्रेलिया का लाइक it's also with the bat, the likes of South Africans batsman Bavuma, he's a batsman who can keep you on the field for a long time. Elgar, he's wants a fight every time. He doesn't mind getting hit on the body. So they're going to play against players who are not going to lie down, right? They're going to fight it out.
Yeah.
So that's where the challenge. West Indies, the batting was not as strong. I was reading some tweets. Someone was saying, "Agar West Indies ऐसा खेलते रहेंगे, तो they should stop Test cricket." I don't agree with that. I feel that look, West Indies has been struggling. In all forms of cricket, the T20s they were outstanding in a period of time, but even that they're struggling right now. They did not qualify for the main stage. My thing is that they're going again to Australia next year, so everyone's saying Kaiku aa rahe hain, but this is a mark khaki seeking up because if you see West Indies home record, it's improved a lot now. They beat
Yeah.
Pakistan in a match, they beat England in a series, and that only happened mark khaki. They lost to India before, they lost to Pakistan, they've lost to teams, and they've improved. So I think away from home, they haven't played as much cricket. When was the last time they came to India for a Test series? I don't really remember. They did come, but when did they go to Sri Lanka? When did they go Pakistan? Like they don't go as much. So let them play more Test cricket. This team will learn. They have players over there. The fast bowling unit is still really rated.
Yeah,
Australia at home is a very difficult team to beat, man. Only India have done it recently, and South Africa have done it in the past. It's very
yeah,
difficult to
and
beat those.
also like with the changes that are happening with the West Indian team, there's constantly someone coming and going. आज इन्हें नारायण चले गया, फिर उसके बाद अपना कैप्टन ही छोड़ के चले गया. So with that problem, I think West Indian cricket is not being able to stabilize itself. It's not being able to sort of run in a rhythm. एक टीम रह के भी नहीं हो पा रही वो टीम. कोई ना कोई चले जा रहे, कोई ना कोई आ रहे. So constant changes are required. Obviously, there's problem with their board. So it's not a very good show at the moment for their confidence and stuff. And like you said, they're all young, man. They're all like apart from Kemar Roach and Jason Holder, there's no one else you know there to sort of guide them through the experiences and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting if they'll be able to sort of come back and sort of have a redemption and play Windies cricket because it's always interesting to see these kind of people in the IPL, in the T20 era, in the T20 format, and even in Test cricket. Man, we had the best player, one of the best players ever to grace the game, Brian Lara, and Viv Richards and these guys. So yeah, West Indians can produce cricketers. It's
So
just a
many
matter of
best
time.
players. So many best
Huh?
players. Or honestly, so many best players. There's a list
Yeah.
of them. It's not just but
Clive Lloyd, yeah, so many, yeah.
Michael Holding, Malcolm Marshall. But the thing is, देखो इंग्लैंड भी कुछ उखाड़ी नहीं एशेज में पूरा सुक्का खाया था. आई थिंक 4050 हारे थे राइट लास्ट ईयर. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया इज अ इजी प्लेस टू प्ले. इट्स नॉट. तो एंड दिस इज अ वेस्ट इंडीज टीम इन ट्रांजिशन. दे लर्निंग. लेट देम कम, लेट देम टूर. इट्स ओके, वन साइडेड है तो है. इट्स ओके, हो गया राइट. 2 मैच का था, खत्म हो गया. यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट इट नाउ. साउथ अफ्रीका इज कमिंग. You can look forward to that. But these teams need to go on these tours. They need to go on to these challenges. वैसे ही improve करेंगे. अगर आप खाली घर पे बैठ के खेलेंगे या नहीं खेलेंगे टेस्ट क्रिकेट तो फिर कहाँ से इम्प्रूव होंगे. दिस इज हाउ यू
Yeah,
गोना गेट देम
100%.
बैक.
एक्सपोजर
सो
नहीं
दैट
मिला तो आप फिर कंडीशन कभी समझेंगे नहीं, आप कभी डिफरेंट सिचुएशन. मैं तो बोलूंगा अगर मैं वेस्ट इंडियन का कोच था, फिल सिमंस था, तो मैं बोलता था भाई जाके बेसबॉल खेलो थर्ड टेस्ट में अगर है तो. लाइक इफ देयर
मुश्किल है
अनदर
राइट.
टेस्ट.
ऑस्ट्रेलिया में ऑस्ट्रेलिया को मारना बहुत मुश्किल है राइट.
बोला हिटर आ तो जबरदस्त है यार विंडीज के, अगर मारो भाई तुम लोग धड़ाधड़ मारने के जाओ. Just try it out and what's the worst that could happen? Already you've lost the series, so धड़ाधड़ फटाफट मारने को जाओ ऑस्ट्रेलिया में. लैबुशेन का भी रिकॉर्ड वो
वो
ज्यादा
भी
पॉजिटिविटी की बात है.
वो भी टॉस उन लोग जीते, दोनों हारे राइट। अब जीते तो लेट्स सी मे बी कुछ अलग हो सकता था। दोनों हारे, फिर गर्मी में फील्डिंग कर रहे हैं। ऑस्ट्रेलिया का द बेस्ट ऑफ कंडीशंस दोनों मैचेस में। सो
Hmm.
इट वाज इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया फेवर। इट वाज डिफिकल्ट, नो डाउट वन साइडेड था, बट it is what it is. I think for West Indies cricket, it's a learning curve. They learn from that, they go to the next series and improve.
Yeah, 100%. I think yeah, it's just a matter of time. Just up, like it's just gonna take it
Yes,
series by series and not sort of rush into this. Yeah, but
जी
yeah,
सर।
again, India, Sri Lanka, India, New Zealand. अब India का क्या situation like with the Test series का है, So what do you feel? How should India, sort of get to this Test series? What kind of approach is gonna be taken here for
I
India,
mean,
Bangladesh?
I think it's going to be ranked runners. Bangladesh are going to play to their strengths, but that's also India's strength. So Bangladesh को भी थोड़ा सा बच के रहना है. India have to play with confidence now. It's been a long time since they've had a good series win, or now they're playing. They cannot take this lightly. You lose this series, there's going to be too much pressure. कुछ ज्यादा तो नहीं हो सकता. Like they're going to just change the team or whatever, but. I think they can come in confident, because if it is training conditions, it will suit India. If it's flat pitches, it will suit India. You have the
Hmm.
likes of Ashwin there, you have Aksar Patel, you have really good spinners. Your batting is also good. Virat Kohli, Pujara is coming back into the mix of things. Pujara had a very good domestic season in
Yeah,
England
very
also,
good.
right?
Hmm.
County में बहुत जबरदस्त खेला था. So
I
I
think
think
he
they should
also
go
just
with
played for
confidence.
India A and India B. Yeah, I think he also just
Yeah,
played for India A and B. Yeah.
and he's getting some runs under his belt. So I think they need to just be confident. These conditions won't be as bad. They won't be as hard for them because it's similar to India.
Hmm.
But you have to play positive cricket. It's a different format now. So वो थोड़ा सा अच्छा है. They don't have to worry about the T20 50 overs. They just focus on the red ball. Play a bit of with a bit of patience, but be a bit careful also, because Bangladesh are playing in home conditions. They can cause you problems. So be a bit cautious, but play some good aggressive cricket and play on the front foot, basically. Not literally every ball, but play with a good intent.
I think that's what we saw in the last ODI. They got very comfortable and they were sort of soaked up the conditions properly. I mean, उतना फर्क नहीं है इंडिया और बांग्लादेश के कंडीशन में. If you think about it, उधर भी ट्रैक स्पिन्स होते थोड़े थोड़े बड़े फ्लैट रहते. But yeah, it's just how you approach it mentally and जिस तरीके से अपने बैट्समैन भी आउट होके विकेट दे दे रहे थे. I think वो थोड़ा इन चेक रखने की जरूरत है. But it's going to be an
बिल्कुल.
interesting series because it'll be a redemption kind of a series for Rohit Sharma. Hopefully, if Rohit Sharma can get back after his injury and stuff, he
उन्हें
really
खेल
needs
रहा नहीं
to.
कर रहा, मैं मालूम.
अभी तक तो स्क्वाड में है ब्रो. लाइक आई हैवंट सीन एनी न्यूज़. आई मीन रविंद्र जडेजा का बोल रहे कि उसे विथड्रॉ कर दिया, बट इट डजंट शो लाइक दैट. अभी कहीं विथड्रॉल हुआ है उसका. सिर्फ उन्नटकट का एक रिप्लेसमेंट आया इन प्लेस ऑफ शामी. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट इट्स लाइक ऑलमोस्ट द सेम टीम एंड ऑब्वियसली ऋषभ पंत इज कमिंग बैक इनटू द स्क्वाड व्हिच यू विल बी
Also,
हैप्पी अबाउट.
yeah, no, I feel, because the thing is, look, if it's going to be a turning track, you need to get quick runs. So in that, Rishabh Pant will be effective. The other thing is field, it'll be easier for him. The field will be different, right? There's no field restrictions. So अंदर रहेंगे, उन्हें ऊपर से खेल सकता. फिर जब spread कर सकते, उन्हें single double ले सकता. He's not worried about overs and anything. Will suit him. But the other thing is also Pujara. I want to see if it's a ranked runner. How does he play? Does he try to survive, or does he push it a bit? I noticed towards the end, like when he was about to get dropped, he started pushing his strike rate a bit, because in conditions like these, when it's favorable to the bowlers, आप survive करने गए तो आप out हो जाएंगे. एक ball आपका नाम लिखा हुआ रहता. So maybe try to push it a bit more, but still he has to play his natural game. Pujara is there for a solid defense. He's there for leaving the ball. He's there to consume pressure. So I think you have to mix it up nicely, basically that way.
I mean, like in the last 5 matches, I think he's got like 250s and stuff. I mean, अच्छा ही खासा चल रहा है. But I mean, पुजारा का एक प्रॉब्लम मेरे को दिखता है कि भाई उसको he pushes it too much. Like बहुत ज्यादा ही लंबा खेल लेते हैं. Like not that we don't need that. Probably we always do need that. But when the situation थोड़ा calls for it, I never feel like he's able to sustain his place. You know
यहाँ
what I
पे
mean?
खबर आ गई ट्विटर पे. रोहित शर्मा has been ruled out of the first test against Bangladesh. KL Rahul will be leading the side in his absence. Easterwan, Navdeep and Saurabh replaces injured Rohit Sharma, Mohammad Shami, Jadeja in the test squad. So Rohit
Whoa,
Sharma
this
is
just
missing
in
first
people.
13
This
games.
just in.
Games,
Yeah.
yeah. So Rohit Sharma
वेरी
नहीं खेला.
वेरी 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 फ्रेश ऑफ द प्रेस है ये. बिल्कुल पेपर गरम है अभी. एंड अभी छपा है कि रोहित शर्मा इज आउट ऑफ द टेस्ट स्क्वाड. केएल
Yeah,
राहुल ब्रो, व्हाट डू यू मेक ऑफ हिज कैप्टनसी देन? आई मीन अभी तक तो इतना he hasn't looked like someone that I can trust with the
it's not been
leadership.
impressive. Yeah. It's
He's
not been
not been impressed.
impressive. He's not
His
been
bowling
impressive.
changes are all right. His bowling changes are all right. I don't mind it, but like he hasn't really given me a glimmer of hope that he is the one.
Yeah, I think he has to be a bit more animated in the field. He has to also, like, tactically. Sometimes I feel he's lacking in terms of, like, the field placements. थोड़ा सा sharp रहना पड़ता. Bowling changes में भी थोड़ा सा उल्टा उल्टा करना पड़ता. Speak to your bowlers a bit. I feel sometimes there is lack of communication. Even though अब उन्हें try कर रहा है. He's trying to communicate. I saw him Umran Malik से communicate कर रहा था one day series में. But yeah, man, Rahul as captain doesn't excite me. But everyone's human. We hope they improve, they learn, and he's been captain a few games now. It's not easy for him also, right? एकदम से जब भी रोहित शर्मा इंजर्ड है उसको डाल देते हैं फायरिंग लाइन में. तो लेट्स सी अब क्या होता
But I
के
mean, he
राहुल के
should be
साथ.
ready to take that baton because अभी क्या है, वाइस कैप्टन होके भी उसको काफी साल महीने हो गए, राइट? एक साल से
हाँ,
तो वाइस
मैंने
कैप्टन है ही, so I think he should be ready for that action.
No, but still, like he should be ready. But at times, like if you notice, right, Virat Kohli was also vice captain of the team, but very rarely did you see him lead. Only when in specific tournaments when Dhoni didn't play, then you knew Virat Kohli. But यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा? Beach series में निकल जा रहे हैं कोई. Then Rahul is given the thing. मैं वो ऐसा बोल रहा हूँ. So
Hmm.
the transition is not as smooth. जब धोनी था वो टाइम पे उन्हें बोलता था खुला मैं एशिया कप नहीं खेलूं, कोहली आप कप्तानी करो. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है,
Hmm.
लाइक एक दो गेम में रोहित शर्मा कैप्टन है, एकदम से इंजर हो जा रहे हैं मैच के दौरान, and फिर इसको डाल दे रहे हैं अंदर. सो वैसा
चलो
थोड़ा
मैं तो
अलग.
ये बोलूंगा, एटलीस्ट ये ट्रांजिशन में अच्छा क्या है प्रो, के ही हैड वन ओडीआई अंडर हिज बेल्ट एंड नाउ ही इज ऑलरेडी स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट टेस्ट से ही आपको दे दिए भाई, आप कप्तानी
मगर
कर लो तो
लास्ट मगर वही है, हम ये we're basing this off the last series जो साउथ अफ्रीका में हुआ था. इट हैपेंड इन द सेकंड टेस्ट, उसको एकदम से कप्तानी दे दिए थे, राइट? तो मैं वैसा बोल रहा हूँ. अब क्या होता वी डोंट नो. लेट्स सी, होपफुली he's learned from those, he's going to improve. And yeah, और कोई है नहीं. देखो जडेजा इंजर्ड है, बुमराह like he's not fully fit, he cannot play every game. So who are going to make test captain right now? Rahul. मैं तो कोहली को दे देना वापस, वो तो होगा नहीं. तो राहुल is your only option right now.
या probably अभी तक हिसाब से राहुल only makes sense. हार्दिक पांड्या not looking like he's going to play
कहाँ
test.
भाई, किधर उन्हें फिट ही नहीं रहता. कहाँ है हार्दिक पांड्या? लाइक एक वर्ल्ड कप उन्हें बॉलिंग नहीं करा, ये वर्ल्ड कप में बॉलिंग बैटिंग करा मगर लिमिटेड करा. लाइक हार्दिक पांड्या cannot cope up with like one or two formats. How he's going to cope up with three? He did play in South Africa in 2018 in the Test series, which India lost 2-1 under Virat Kohli's leadership. It'd be nice to have an all-rounder like that in your team, especially in away conditions. Like, yeah, he's not fully fit either, right? So how are you going to? If he can fully fit, prove himself, then let's see. But I think now it's time to groom players, whether that's a Rishabh Pant, Shubman Gill, groom them, try to do the transition period in Test matches because Pujara Cup khatam hone wala hai. Virat Kohli also, we don't know how many years he has. Rohit Sharma, we don't know how many
Yeah.
years they have. Now it's about getting the younger generation and flooding him in and get a new captain as well,
This
maybe.
yeah,
With
this injury of Rohit
Pant is
Sharma
an
has been like
option,
a
bro. Pant is an option,
a
but he's
blessing in
right now
disguise.
not a.
It's a blessing in disguise also, this injury to Rohit Sharma. अभी थोड़े बहुत जैसे नवदीप है, ईश्वरन है. A lot of people in the comments also the other day were saying ईश्वरन को देखना है, ईश्वरन को देखना है. So I think it's perfect time कि उसको एक stance मिले. He gets an opportunity to glow. But yeah, this series is going to be very crucial for India and the Indian cricket team in general because काफी under the wire हो गया उनका. Firing time आ जा रहा है almost. Uh,
Yeah, no.
23rd December, bro. IPL auction. What do you make of the IPL? Almost not back, but the auction is back.
Yeah, definitely. Like whoever is following us, please tune in. We will have coverage of the auction. We'll do our best before that as well. Leading into the auction, we'll look at the squads and फिर देखेंगे कौन options available है, कौन कहाँ fit होएगा. जैसा Ben Stokes, who should bid for him, who will bid for him, who do we think will bid for him. So we'll do a fun
Hmm.
things with IPL. तो जो भी हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं, like with the auction, we'll try to do some mock auctions. We'll try to analyze the squads and see कौन किस में जाना है. It's on 23rd December in Kerala. I'm looking forward to it because एकदम से सब रिलीज हो गया भाई. Like so काफी प्लेयर
Yeah,
मार्केट में.
विलियमसन रिलीज हो गया और कौन रिलीज हो गया ब्रो, अब याद ही
पूरन
नहीं आ रही
है,
मेरे को. हाँ, पूरन
निकोलस
नहीं है.
पूरन. फिर आपका बेन स्टोक्स अवेलेबल है, सैम करन अवेलेबल है, मयंक अग्रवाल अवेलेबल है, and that's
Hmm.
just to name a few. So there's a lot. It's like the same mini auction, but it's kind of bigger than a mini auction.
And
उसमें
and
है.
also the and yeah, also the way the domestic season has gone for India, काफी players उधर से निकल के आ रहे हैं. Like Assam से भी आ रहे player, उत्तर प्रदेश से भी you can see a lot of domestic players that can get into the squad. So and
दस
they're
टीम है तो ऑप्शन ज्यादा है.
and options ज़्यादा है. So I think there's gonna be a lot of maramari in this auction. But yeah, it's gonna be one to look forward to, so certainly.
Yeah, 100%.
And
It's gonna be
tomorrow,
good, I think. हाँ.
yeah, tomorrow बाबर भाई क्या करने वाले कि बाबर भाई जीताएंगे कि हाराएंगे कि
बाबर भाई
बाबर
के
भाई के
हाथ
हाथ
में नहीं है,
हाथ में तो नहीं है,
it's
बट बाबर भाई के क्या बात, क्या क्या टिप्पणियां देते हैं, लेट्स सी अबाउट दैट.
I think for the sake of the series, Pakistan women will be outstanding, but it's going to be
Yeah,
very
that they'll
difficult.
make that test in Karachi. Yeah, I'll make that test in Karachi good.
Yeah, but England won't look at it like that. They want to create history for them. Test cricket is the epitome of cricket, and like it's the pinnacle, if you want to say. So for
Hmm.
them, they want to win the series comfortably, and kal is the best chance to win the series. I think. Like आपको डे 4 का पिच मिल रहा है, आपके पास 150 रन है खेलने के साथ, एंड
Hmm.
एक दो विकेट के बाद टेल आ जाती है, तो दिस इज द बेस्ट टाइम फॉर इंग्लैंड. आई डोंट थिंक दिल वांट टू dismiss this chance. They'll give it their best. If it doesn't work out, then they always have another chance. Whereas Pakistan is more do or die. तो देखेंगे क्या होता है पाकिस्तान के हिसाब से from that end.
Yeah, 100%. I think for the neutrals like us, it's gonna be good if we're able to get another test match with that intensity and that baseball tactic. वरना क्या होगा कि
Basketball,
third test में they won't get into it that much. They'll probably just play it out. चलो right here. They'll probably go and eat more of the food from the chef that makes it. But yeah, overall it's been a good series to watch. It's a lot of learning for a lot of different ways if you look at it. The baseball versus the conservative format, captaincy tactics, how it works. Is it always good to be fearless? Is it not good to be fearless? तो काफी चीजें सीखने को भी मिले एज अ क्रिकेट व्यूअर, एज अ क्रिकेट प्लेयर. लोग जो जितने भी खेल रहे हैं वो इट्स गुड. सो या लॉट ऑफ
yeah.
लर्निंग कमिंग आउट ऑफ दैट.
I just want to update also the Australian women are playing India women right now T20 match in the DY Patel Stadium. It was great to see in the first T20 so many fans getting involved there. Like crowd बहुत अच्छी थी. अभी Australia 121 for 1 है 14 ओवर में. Alisa Healy got out for 25. Mooney is batting 46 of 35, and Talia McGrath, man, 45-35. This woman, Talia McGrath, she was outstanding in that World Cup. She was outstanding also in the Kavitha Commonwealth Games. क्या all rounder है यार, with the bat and with the ball. She's such a good player. I think she's like the upcoming woman player. She might even be Australia captain in the future. I know what's her name? Meg Lanning has taken a break. So, Healy is captaining, but I think in the future, Talia Magra will definitely be a very good choice. And there's a T20 World Cup coming up, right,
World Cup.
in
There's a
February.
T20 World Cup coming up, and IPL probably women IPL for the first time as well coming up. So a lot of women cricket also gonna be there next
Yeah,
year.
that's a
Was there a cricket year next year though? In each gender, in each category, or 2020 50-50 test cricket. काफी अच्छा year of cricket है next year.
और पहले मैच में भी इन लोग 172 मारे थे इंडिया. ऑस्ट्रेलिया चेस्ड इट डाउन विद 2 overs to spare, 9 wickets to spare also. 173 for 1. उसमें भी इन लोग ही थे, like Talia Magar hit 40 of 29 deliveries, and Beth Mooney 89 of 57, and they're two batting right now as well. So excited, we'll watch the game as well and
Yeah,
get you the
yeah.
thing. मैं एकदम से मैं बोला क्रिकेट को देखेंगे यार, वो कब है ये, तो I saw that. So yeah, this Australian women's team is one of the great cricket teams, man. They've won the World Cup. They've won the
Cup.
T20
Yeah.
World Cup. They've won the Ashes. This is an outstanding team, and it's actually it'll go down in history. Right now, utna nahi hai, but I've been following women's cricket. I'll tell you from I would say 2015, 16, like properly I've been following. उससे पहले like to be honest मैं भी follow नहीं करता था. 2015 तो
Hmm.
7 साल हो गए, तो I really enjoyed the tournaments, the series, but also the World Cups. And for me, this Australian team is just unbelievable. There's times where India
Yeah.
had beat them,
Hmm.
and I think they did beat them in one of the World Cups in the Commonwealth. They beat them in one of the
Commonwealth.
games,
Yeah.
but then they
Yeah.
lost in the semifinals or the finals. They lost something like that. So it's a lot of fun to watch. India also have their own Shifali Verma. They have Smriti Mandana. Harmanpreet. She's there. She's the captain. We have Jemima Rodriguez. Very good players to watch out. And maza aata. Like trust me, if you start watching the cricket, you will enjoy it. And the World Cup in February will be a lot of fun. And India have come close yet so far in the women's game, but I'm telling you, one World Cup India wins, and the game will pick up, man. That's what
Yeah.
you want. Like,
100%. Yeah, I think
unfortunately,
so.
we
Right.
unfortunately, we live in a world of results, not processes. People say trust the process, but it's about results. Until you do results, no one believes you, and that's
Hmm.
the thing. अगर वो एक वर्ल्ड कप जीत गए इंडियन वुमेन टीम, तो पूरा बदल जाता क्रिकेट. देख लो इंडिया में भी,
Yeah.
like
Man, there
IPL
was a
कुछ
lot of noise recently also in the Indian cricket team. Also, काफी women's cricket team में India I think final में आई थी. And
या
then
या
they
कॉमनवेल्थ
were
में, एंड देन
Commonwealth the final.
T20 वर्ल्ड कप में भी पहले करे थे. या
And काफी they were promoting that, marketing that. वो पुराने players जो थे India के I'm sorry I don't remember the name, but yeah,
you know
uh,
मिथाली राज.
Mithali
आप
Raj.
भी
Yeah, I just
अहमदाबाद से
forgot
हो.
the. I forgot the name. The Mithali Raj, they were coming on shows. They were, being promoting the women's cricket team. So it was good to see कि भाई how there is a diversity and there is another, outlet where women can go and learn. अपने अपने बहना बच्चियां जो भी है सीख के cricketer बन गए तो क्या मालूम किसी दिन. So it's going to be
Yeah,
interesting,
and
and
it's great,
and
man.
so is the IPL going to be interesting as well because IPL be first time I think in Lanka.
या एंड अभी जो 50 ओवर वर्ल्ड कप था उसमें इंडिया सेमीफाइनल्स के लिए क्वालिफाई नहीं करी, मगर हम लोग बैठ के देख रहे थे पूरा. मैं देखा वो वर्ल्ड कप, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग क्रिकेट था. इट्स एक्चुअली
Hmm.
रियली गुड, यू नो. Deandra Dottin, she was like the Andre Russell of that tournament. Then you had like Alyssa Healy, you know, outstanding batting. You had some great bowling. New Zealand have some good players. Susie Bates, outstanding. Shabnam Ismail from South Africa, great opening bowler. She's like in her early 30s now, but a great bowler as well. India have, you know, like I said, Smriti Mandana as well, and you know, Deepti Sharma is a good all-rounder. They have plenty of options. Pakistan, I
Nidadar.
think Nidadar, Bisma Musa, these guys. So every team has their stars, and the more women's cricket you watch, you'll enjoy it more. And especially T20 में तो बहुत मजा आता है. वो तो 50 ओवर का तो वर्ल्ड कप, I really liked it, but T20 में तो और मजा आता. And it's always fun, man. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, in this game right now, Australia are killing it, and they're on the front foot at the TY Patel Stadium. सुकून से I think मार रहे हैं अभी. देखेंगे क्या होता है in the rest of the game. But it's good to see the crowds also in the DY Patel. पहले गेम में तो पैक था भाई. So the scenes
Hmm.
अच्छा था. It's good for the Australian cricketers also, good for Indian cricketers also, because वो pressure अलग रहता, माहौल अलग रहता, also pumps you up, right? जैसा हम आज हमारा शो में उतने लोग नहीं आए, मगर जब आते हैं हम लोग एकदम pumped हो जाते हैं. The same thing, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you still have to do your work, but you get more pumped with there's more people. So it's very good to see वो crowd वो stadium में इतने लोग भर के आ रहे, women cricket देख रहे हैं. It'll come to a time where that it's going to be the, you know, whether
The next
that
biggest thing,
is cricket, yeah,
yeah.
cricket is cricket. You're going to enjoy everything, and right now there is a lot of stars to watch out for. आगे जाके
Yeah.
और बढ़ेगा ये for sure.
I just think well, you hit it perfectly when you said कि भाई जब रिजल्ट आएगा अभी तो प्रोसेस में है but once that
Unfortunately, India
World
का
Cup
है ये सब.
comes पर आप वही देखो ना अब ऑस्ट्रेलिया में इतना सब जीत गया बट ऑस्ट्रेलिया नॉट दैट कंट्री दैट गो आउट एंड they celebrate their wins but they're not as loud as in India or a subcontinent country where जीते तो खत्म हर जगह फोटो रहते हर शो में आ जाते कपिल शर्मा बिग बॉस जिधर भी बोला आप उधर मार्केटिंग तो द मार्केटिंग पावर एंड स्टफ लाइक that will only come after the result. That's why I said अब semi-final में आया कॉमनवेल्थ में तो then that was something that we
फाइनल
all
में
came to
थे.
know कि हाँ फाइनल में थे तो हर जगह दिख रहा था कौन क्या है मिताली राज these guys are brand ambassadors for the women's cricket team तो दिखने में बहुत अच्छा दिख रहा था कि हाँ भाई there is another side of Indian cricket that is equally doing well.
Yeah, no, 100%. And they've been close since 2014, 15. They've been close in these situations. Panic करके पाकिस्तान अरे आ गए हमारे भाई, हम अभी
अरे
छोड़ने
अरे
वाले थे मगर आ गए. गुडनूर पाजी इन द हाउस. प्लीज जो भी देख रहे हैं कमेंट सवाल पूछ सकते हैं आप, हम थोड़ी देर है अभी तो करके निकलेंगे. पैनिक करेगा पाकिस्तान, हो सकता है गुडनूर पाजी, बिकॉज पिच भी साथ देगा इंग्लैंड बॉलर्स को, मगर इंग्लैंड को चांसेस लेना पड़ेगा. आज कैचेस ड्रॉप हुए, थोड़ा सा स्लॉपी थे फील्ड में, अगर कल नहीं हुए स्लॉपी तो फिर पाकिस्तान के लिए खतरा होगा फॉर श्योर.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be जब तक साउथ शकील पिच पे है पाकिस्तान will feel a little safe. एक बार साउथ शकील चले जाएगा या ये फ़हीम अशरफ और साउथ शकील का पार्टनरशिप ब्रेक होगा थोड़ा बहुत it will be a little bit scary for Pakistan. अभी पाकिस्तान feel like they're in a better position because सिर्फ 157 है. अगर अपन वो एंगल से देख रहे हैं 90 ओवर में 157 मारा है तो तुम्हारा टाइम लेके मारो, इतनी जल्दी जल्दी मत करो, just play it slow. So I think एक बार वो साउथ शकील या फ़हीम अशरफ का विकेट जाएगा then the Pakistan will start panicking and like Mustafa bhai said constantly continuously कि भाई they were not clinical in the field and अगर इंग्लैंड कैचेस पकड़ना शुरू कर दिया तो फिर अलग ही गेम हो जाएगा.
नैरेटिव कैसा चेंज हो गया इमाम उल हक आउट हो गया बाद. अगर इमाम उल हक था तो और कॉन्फिडेंस रहता था पाकिस्तान को. एंड आई फेल्ट दैट यू नो दैट विकेट would really change the game, and that's why England have a very good chance tomorrow to wrap things up. I think that's the main thing. भाई मैं बोला
इतिहास
भाई,
इतिहास करा मोरक्को ने कल
मैं
और
बोला मोरक्को 1-0 कल. मोरक्को
यस
मगरिब नूरा फतेह दिलबर दिलबर. भाई मोरक्को की टीम जो है सबसे सॉलिड डिफेंस है अभी वर्ल्ड कप में. यू नो क्लीन शीट्स पे क्लीन शीट्स करे, एक दो गोल ही कंसीड करे शायद वर्ल्ड कप में. बहुत सॉलिड डिफेंस है. इंजरीज भी हो रहे मगर प्लेयर्स रिप्लेस हो रहे. जो जो खेले कल फिर से तगड़ी डिफेंस. मिडफील्ड पे भी अच्छा खेल रहे थे, काउंटर अटैक पे भी अच्छे थे, तेज थे. So this is a crazy team and काफी अच्छे प्लेयर भी हैं. You know they have players who play for PSG, Dortmund, Chelsea. तो it's not like वो है. अब हम दुनिया में उन लोग अब उभर के आ रहे हैं, but it's actually a very good team who's doing well and leading into the World Cup भी उनका जो results हुए मोरक्को के जबरदस्त है.
Morocco का best चीज मेरे को क्या देखा, so was that discipline in not going ahead of their designated spot. कोच ने बोला बस ये लकीर के बाद तुम लोग आगे नहीं जाना, तो उनला नहीं गए. जो भी स्ट्राइकर जा रहा था वो भी जल्दी वापस भाग के आ रहा था. इट वाज सो डिसिप्लिन के एज सून एज पोर्चुगल टर्न अराउंड विद द बॉल, एक दो तीन चार लाइक लाइन से खड़े हुए थे रेड शर्ट्स, लाइक दे वर लाइक ऑर्गेनाइज्ड.
Organized,
और
yeah.
हाँ, ऑर्गेनाइज्ड एंड डिसिप्लिन वाज द की फॉर मोरक्कोस कंसिस्टेंसी. 10 गेम की स्ट्रीक हो गई शायद उन लोगों की, जहाँ पे वो लोग मारते जा रहे हैं सबको. एंड इनक्रेडिबल सीन्स थे. मेरा तो पर्सनली दिल दुख गया बिकॉज रोनाल्डो भाई मेरे चले गए, बट क्या ही कर सकते हैं. आई मीन आफ्टर सच अ रॉक परफॉर्मेंस, देन या यू हैव टू गिव इट टू देम.
मुझे
कहीं
तो यही
फाइनल में
चाहिए.
क्रोएशिया और मोरक्को ना हो जाए, हो सकता है. यू कांट से
मुझे
एनीथिंग,
यही
इट्स अ
चाहिए.
ट्रिकी गेम
पूरी
फुटबॉल.
दुनिया को पूरी दुनिया को अर्जेंटीना फैंस होना अभी एम्बापे वर्सेस मेसी, बट भाई दूसरे भी प्लेयर आते खेलते. इट्स नॉट ओनली अबाउट मेसी एंड रोनाल्डो. रोनाल्डो तो चले गया पैकिंग करके. अब मेसी का भी बारी है, पैक करके भिजा दो यार. अब क्रोएशिया और मोरक्को का फाइनल लगाओ एंड सबको देखो. देखो फुटबॉल में अलग प्लेयर्स भी है, दूसरे प्लेयर्स भी आके खेलते हैं. इट्स वेरी गुड टू सी these kind of nations coming up now. पर क्रोएशिया भाई एक फाइनल हो गया, अब सेमीफाइनल हो गया बैक टू बैक, अब फिर से फाइनल पहुंच गए, तो दैट विल बी अनबिलीवेबल. Yeah, it won't be easy against Argentina. For Morocco, it won't be easy against France, but it's not that big of a difference now. उतना नहीं है
100%.
फर्क.
हाँ,
अपसेट नहीं
और
होएगा अगर क्रोएशिया और मोरक्को का फाइनल है मेरे हिसाब से, बिकॉज जो
नहीं, और
तरीके से खेल रहे हैं.
जिस तरीके से अर्जेंटीना खेल रही है, दे डोंट लुक वेरी प्रॉमिसिंग इतना. क्योंकि मेसी ने 2 गोल की लीड दिलवा दी थी उन लोगों को, उसके
क्या
बावजूद
लकी था यार.
10 मिनट में नेदरलैंड 2 गोल मारे. एंड वो जो सेकंड गोल था उनका फ्री किक, दैट टैक्टिक वाज प्रोबब्ली द स्मार्टेस्ट थिंग आई हैव सीन इन फुटबॉल. जहाँ पे आई थिंक मैकलिस्टर लेटा हुआ था वॉल में, ऐसा लेटा हुआ, और पास उसके बाजू गया वेगर्स को, और ऐसा दिख रहा ही है वो लेटे लेटे के भाई ये गोल
मगर
कहाँ से आ गया.
मगर कभी कभी ये लक के साथ वर्ल्ड कप भी जीत जा सकते हैं, वैसा भी हो सकता है टूर्नामेंट फुटबॉल में. थोड़े एक आध दुक्का पेनल्टीज जीत जाओ, एक एक मैच अच्छे से जीत जाओ, एक मैच लकीली जो भी है आके वर्ल्ड कप जीत सकते हैं. वो मेसी के लिए सब खेल रहे हैं. अब देखो क्या होगा. इट वोंट बी इजी, बट again, Croatia very organized team. They have one of the best midfielders in the world, and Luka Modric. They have Kovacic. Their defense has been solid
Perisic,
also.
bro. Perisic has been a key player.
Perisic, yeah, Perisic has been outstanding. And मैं इतना मोरक्को की तारीफ करूँ डिफेंस भी, क्रोएशिया की भी डिफेंस बहुत सॉलिड है. ये they've only considered the odd goal, clean sheets both were, draws भी बहुत करे. So it
दोनों
will be
कीपर्स अच्छे हैं, बोनो एंड लिवोकोविच, दोनों अच्छे कीपर्स हैं.
दोनों बेथ मोनी और तालिया मगरा के 50s हो गए. अभी ऑस्ट्रेलिया
क्या बात.
153 for 1 and 16.5. So yeah, they're dominating that game. But yeah, I think जैसा मैं बोला कि डिफेंस विल बी की इन द सेमीफाइनल. सो लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस. अरे मेरे
वेलकम.
भाई आ गए, मेरे भाई आ गए. वेलकम.
मेरे भाई
हेलो
आगे
गाइस.
हैं, मेरे भाई आगे.
आपके
थैंक
भाई.
यू.
Hello guys, broken up from yesterday. It's sad to see Ronaldo, but defense of Morocco was just incredible in the second half. Portugal deserved a goal the way they attacked in the second half, but fully broken. Look, they had a couple of opportunities, but they could have created more. They should have been more threatening. Ronaldo को एक chance था, Bruno को था, but you have to be a bit more threatening in these
फेक
games
का
because
था.
आपको उतने chances नहीं मिलेंगे. Morocco भी organized है, तो आपको जो chances वो लेना पड़ता. तो unfortunately, it wasn't their day. But also 10 men के साथ भी counter पे खा रहे थे यार Portugal. Like Morocco had like a couple of chances even after a player got sent off. So it wasn't a good performance from Portugal. They don't deserve to be in the semifinals, unfortunately. And Sui is packing his way home to Lisbon. Yeah,
10 मिनट के साथ क्या होता है, you tend to overcommit, as the attacking team you overcommit, and a lot of players forward and regularly, तो वो भी एक obvious side back
I get
back.
that. I get that. I get that. But with Portugal's attacking threat, it shouldn't have happened. And they even defensive, like defensively, they're solid also. They did not create enough. अब वैसा टीम आपके पास बर्नार्डो सिल्वा है. जैसे आप ही मेरे को कल बोले रोनाल्डो पे मत डालो, ठीक है नहीं डाल रहा हूँ मैं. दूसरे प्लेयर हूँ, बर्नार्डो सिल्वा सिटी के लिए खेलता है. He's won Premier Leagues. You have what's his name, Bruno Fernandes plays for Man United. You have Cancelo, Man City. You have like Felix who plays for Atletico Madrid. These guys, you give anybody this team, they would take it. अगर मेरे को बोले भाई ये टीम को सपोर्ट करो, मैं कर दूंगा, इतनी अच्छी टीम है. मगर ठीक है कोच को भी है फॉल्ट्स, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट, बट अभी जीते थे 6-1 स्विस से एकदम से ये हार गए. इट्स आल्सो पोर्चुगल डू नॉट फंक्शन केमिस्ट्री वाइज. आई डोंट थिंक इन लोग के पास कम्युनिकेशन बराबर है विद इन द टीम. लड़ाया दिखते हैं मेरे को. आई डोंट थिंक ईगो का भी इशू हो सकता. And this was their best chance, I felt, to win a World Cup. Portugal, I wouldn't say England, but for Portugal, I would say it was their best chance because they had a बहुत तगड़ी team. They had a very good mix of experienced youth and people in their prime.
For me, I think सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम यही था कि भाई it was also that the temperament wasn't looking there. Intensity नहीं थी. जो 6-1 में वो लोग खेल रहे थे, अलग intensity, pass play था. यहाँ पे सुक्के क्रॉस like ठंडे क्रॉस nothing like either
वो
looping up the ball or like they're overly powering the shot. So I mean, it looked like a very poor display. Not a lot of people, wanted Portugal to win, obviously, but Morocco was just
where
too good.
where we are, but like in the
Yeah,
world,
where we
there's a
are,
lot.
where we are, I'm saying. Oh, it's in the world, so Ronaldo hai, but where we were, it was like a game between me and you. How Harry Kane missed a penalty, and reaction of Mbappe was just too lit. Best game for me because of the teams were just trying to attack from the start of the game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
वो
for
भी
me,
penalty मारा तो और मजा आता था गेम में.
या 100% पेनल्टीज अगर जाता था तो फिर रात की नींद उड़ जाती थी, वो अलग बात है. लेकिन आई थिंक
मजा आया.
फ्रांस वर जस्ट क्लिनिकल. दे गॉट टू चांसेस, दे स्कोर्ड दोस टू चांसेस. ऑब्वियसली जिरूड एक छोड़ा था उससे पहले, बट apart from that, Mbappe, Mustafa was also saying the same thing, that Mbappe was a little bit, busy with Kyle Walker and probably Jordan Henderson. Kyle Walker actually gave him a very good fight. I would have to respect, given his age, Kyle Walker की एम्बापे को नहीं जाने दिया. बट आई थिंक इधर वही टैक्टिक की बात आती है कि भाई दे मेड जिरूड द हीरो, लाइक इन द बैक. They knew that Giroud was going to get them that goal, and that first goal from Tchouameni, bro, that was like a fantastic shot.
Class. And for me, the man of the match yesterday was Antoine Griezmann. The way he's adapted now, he's playing that midfielder type role behind the front line. He's giving in nice crosses, passes as well. He can run at the defenders also. He doesn't have the same pace right now as he had before. Like, and he can still do that. He's still good with the ball. He can dribble. For me, Griezmann was outstanding yesterday. He was great. But England were the better team, and I feel that England बहुत अच्छा खेले. वो penalty miss कर दिया उन्हें. This is going to happen in these situations. If Saka missed it, पूरी England public पागल हो जाती थी. It was Kane, तो कोई कुछ बोल रहा नहीं शायद. But
Yeah,
the
100%.
thing is, that happens. Like, in crunch situations, you need to keep composure. He hit it out. Can't really blame. Yes, of course, you can blame if you want to, but like ये होता है situations में. Lot of pressure on that penalty, riding on the penalty. Yeah, it did cost them game. He took his responsibility. Twitter पे उन्हें बोला कि भाई मेरी responsibility, it was my fault, and
Yeah.
I look to come back strong. And yeah, that's what you want. But I felt England actually played really well. I was impressed personally. I know some people were saying कि they should have created more chances, this and that. But जो overall game था, मेरे को इंग्लैंड ज्यादा अच्छी दिख रही थी, and at certain times, and I felt that they could have created more chances, been a bit more threatening, but they had their chance and they missed it. So unfortunately, वो हो गया.
Something
Defensively,
shocked.
they have
Yeah.
to improve, man. They
Yeah,
have to
just one
improve.
comment I
But
wanted
Bayern
yours
can't.
on this. I'm sorry I'm cutting you in. I just wanted one comment. What about like Saka को निकालने का? Was that a proper tactic or like, because Saka was killing it, man, yesterday?
It was the wrong call to take off Saka. He was the best player on the pitch. And not getting on Rashford earlier, that was also a wrong call. I think Rashford को लेकर Sterling को लेकर आया, Rashford को इतना बाद में लेकर आया. Should have got
85th minute में
Sterling.
आया यार वो.
Sterling आधा हफ्ता तो इंग्लैंड में था, वापस आया. Like whatever issue he had, I respect that. But like the guy who's there in Qatar, who's performing for you, who scored goals for you, उसको लेकर आना था. And Saka, I shouldn't have gone off. But I still won't be too critical. I feel that penalty scores, and then we're singing Gaga about him. So there was chances, they had opportunities, they didn't take it, unfortunately. And you take it with a pinch of salt and you try to improve for the next tournament. Unfortunately, this is always the case with England. But the performance that they gave against France, I like the performance. It was a good performance, and they actually kept fighting back. It was a good and France, bro, outstanding. The Chouameni and Rabiot, they showed why there's no Pogba can't no problem. He told Bellingham, he didn't tell him, but I was
Felt,
listening
yeah.
to podcasts. They were saying they're telling Bellingham and Rice, everyone's talking about you, but we're also here to play, and that's exactly what happened. कि हम भी आए खेलने, and no one expected them to perform like this, and it just shows the strength and depth that France have, and on the ball, extremely talented. And everyone says this is a golden generation for England. They have outstanding players, this and that. it's not the case, man. Like, these same players गालियां देते जब खेलते सिटी में ये वो like they make mistakes. ग्रिलिश को बोलते हैं क्या कर रहा हूँ. So it's not a golden like generation. Yes, it's a
Yeah,
very
I
good
mean,
group of players who are together, but I don't know, man. For me that Ferdinand, Terry, Beckham, Rooney, Gerrard, for me that was because that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people don't agree with that. They feel this generation is better, but क्या है यार वो सेंटर बैक से बराबर नहीं है
I
ठीक
think
है
it's
अच्छा
just that
खेल.
your generation are too together, like together अच्छा है, like a unit as a
Yeah,
pack, they're
that's
much
what
more
it
better
is, man.
because वहाँ पे क्या है, वो time पे egos and the club football was next level. I mean अभी भी है,
Yeah.
but like वो time की rivalries भाई आप घरों में घुस के मार लेते थे एक दूसरे को, वैसे type of rivalries थे. So Vinesh bhai says, give your prediction for tomorrow, Pakistan versus England. So England or Pakistan, Ben Stokes or South Shakil.
I think ये जाएगा end of first session तक beginning of second session England will wrap it up. That's my thing. I think England will win by 60 runs, 50 runs. But if Pakistan still have a chance, don't write them out yet. Saud Shakil, like Vinesh bhai, you said, outstanding batsman, very good technique. So अभी है game में बाकी. So let's see what happens. But I'm predicting because आज भी chances थे नहीं लिए England. अगर कल ले लिए chances तो wrap up कर ले सकते हैं. People who bothered today. Oh, they did. That's
Today,
interesting. I did not notice that.
today they will boo. Tomorrow, if he wins, that's how it is.
चलेगा
That's how
वो
that's
life
how the
ऐसा
world is.
चलता.
मेरा
So guys,
prediction लग रहा है मेरे को कि
so
Pakistan will win
Bobby
tomorrow.
has
I think Pakistan will win tomorrow.
you're resting on Saud Shakil, huh?
Yeah, I think they would want to take something to Karachi and not go empty-handed. They're not
I mean,
going to say
ideally,
Khali.
like that's what we all want. Like if Pakistan win, then there's more to play in the third Test match. Yeah, if they do that, it'll be spectacular. Because I'm again, I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's a very difficult task. And if they do it, I know ऐसा दिख रहा है कि खाली 150 runs बाकी है. मगर ये pitch पे अगर आप 150 runs मारेंगे,
Yeah,
ये भी
tricky
जो
pitch.
batting बाकी है, that means he has to play out of his skin and get some support from somewhere. Whether that's Fahim Ashraf or Agha Salman or Nawaz, he has to get support from somewhere.
विराट फॉर्म विराट भाई सॉरी मुस्ती विराट फॉर्म आ रहा है पहले T20 अब ओडीआई बस टेस्ट रह गया 100 नहीं तो वहां
आ
पे
जाएगा ये सीरीज में
आ
आ
जाएगा
जाएगा ठीक है. इस सीरीज में नहीं हुआ तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया के अगेंस्ट मार देंगे उन्हें 100. विराट कोहली भाई क्लास प्लेयर है. एक्सीलेंट बैट्समैन एंड ही इज बैक इन दैट रिदम. उन्हें जो करके मैचेस जिताता राइट उसको रिप्लेस करना बहुत मुश्किल है. ही इज आउटस्टैंडिंग इन दैट पिच. सबका बैड फॉर्म रहता एट दैट टाइम. आई आल्सो क्रिटिसाइज्ड हिम एंड यू विल बी क्रिटिसाइज्ड इफ यू नॉट परफॉर्मिंग. बट ओवरऑल उसका जो पैकेज है विराट कोहली इज वर्ल्ड क्लास प्लेयर.
he just knows how to win it he just knows how that calculation work कुछ मंत्रा फॉर्मूला है उसका कि he just knows के हो जाएगा बस.
Yeah, I think what does he have left at T20 World Cup? Look, in the one day and in the ICC Champions Trophy and the 50 over World Cup, maybe his performance wasn't like there's other star players there, but he still won those two trophies. Now I think he'll want to. This is still the next World Cup, the 50 over World Cup. Even though he's won it, he'll want to be the main guy this time and like win it. I think that's what he's going to look at. Robinson is very good bowler. He always
Yeah,
gets
wow.
look at a big player like Babar and he got many times Virat also. Yes, he did get Virat and Robinson actually has worked on his fitness. If you saw Ashes में उसकी performance उतनी अच्छी नहीं थी and that was to do with his fitness as well. His pace was not up there. He was not hitting those perfect lines and lengths. But yes, in England against India, he was outstanding. He gave Virat Kohli a tough time and now he's giving Babar a very tough time. And he makes use. He doesn't. Whatever conditions you give him, he looks to exploit it in the best way possible. In England, he'll pitch the ball up more. Over here, he'll drag his line length. He'll try to get it off the seam. He'll do different things. So he's a very smart, intelligent bowler who has a lot of skills. So yeah, Ollie Robinson has been really good, and he's worked on his fitness, so he's being able to be more consistent now with the ball.
Yeah, definitely. Those two balls to Babar were outstanding, man. That really showed his.
Bobby.
But yeah, I mean, semi-finals World Cup के क्या बोल रहे हैं मुस्ती भाई
कल परसों
Tuesday.
में दूंगा प्रेडिक्शन. कल दूंगा प्रेडिक्शन या परसों दूंगा. मगर सेमीफाइनल्स में the first one is Argentina versus Croatia.
Yeah,
And the other one is Morocco versus
Morocco
France is on
versus
Wednesday. Bro, one thing I will say, Morocco versus France is going to be crazy. I think in France
Derby.
itself, there might be more Moroccan supporters as well. Like it's going to be like 50-50 in that sense. So I think that will be a great game. It's going to be like a derby because काफी Moroccans France में भी है. यहाँ पे in the Middle East also there's so many Moroccans. We met personally so many Moroccans. कितने खुश है. उन्हें बोले भाई हम कभी भी ऐसा नई सोच है कि हमारी टीम सेमीफाइनल आएंगी, इवन तो अच्छी टीम है, नई सोच है ऐसा. एंड दे representing Africa, they are representing the Middle East, and they're representing the people of Morocco, right? And
Yeah,
it's been amazing. A lot of you put your team on the country on the map. It's simple as that. अब
yeah,
सबको मालूम है कौन Morocco है. Yeah, people who watch football in and out, some of these players. Hakimi,
yes,
Ziyech,
yeah.
these guys,
Roman size,
Amrabat,
yeah,
Roman Size, these guys. But for the rest of the world, Are Morocco aa gaya, are Zabardast,
mm,
it's really good. And uh, it's been an amazing World Cup so far. A lot of big players have gone, but the teams who are stuck together, they're stuck together. Yeah, you need a bit of luck here and there. Not saying that none of these teams got luck. All these teams had luck somewhere or the other. Harry Kane missed a penalty. Van
mm,
Dijk missed a penalty. Against Spain, Spain hit the post. They also missed penalties against Morocco, right? So वो तो रहेगा. France full attacking Manchester, Morocco
100%.
best defense equal to was yes. और यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम दोनों साइड्स को हो सकता है, राइट? लाइक इफ एम्बापे को कैसा हैंडल करना, इफ यू आइसोलेट हिम लाइक इंग्लैंड डिड, देन ग्रीजमैन को और जरूर को हैंडल करना पड़ता है आपको. Magar फिर France also have to try and break them down. They're going to have more of the ball now. Against England, they didn't have more of the ball. So कैसा रहेगा France का approach? I feel France like playing on counter attack because they don't have the ball carriers right now. Those ball carriers are injured. So let's see. Shubman और ईशान से open करो. रोहित को जैसा स्टार्ट में तो फिनिशर रख के रिस्क लेगा अगर इंडिया शुड शायद कुछ बने. देखो शुभमन और ईशान किशन ओपन करना जबरदस्त. मेरे हिसाब से मेरा जो पर्सनल ओपिनियन है, मेरे को शुभमन गिल वन डाउन देखना है या टू डाउन. मतलब अभी विराट कोहली है तो टू डाउन, मगर फिर विराट कोहली जब रिटायर होता है मुझे शुभमन गिल वन डाउन पे चाहिए. सो आई थिंक उसको मिडिल ऑर्डर में खिलाओ और फिर लेके आओ वन डाउन में बाद में, बिकॉज यू नीड टू पास द बैटन टू समवन. He has opened the batting earlier and stuff, so he can do that. But that's not a bad call, Kunal. It's a good call. But me personally, I'd like to see Shuman in the middle order.
Yeah, lots of interesting things tomorrow lies with Pakistan and England. Unfortunately, आज West Indies का तो खत्मा हो गया. Australia has whitewashed them probably.
भाई आपका
India,
अभी 73 of 35 balls मारा आपका रहमानुल्लाह गुरबाज में जाफना किंग्स in this Lankan
yeah,
Premier League. 5 6s 7 4s 208 strike rate. और उसके साथ रिशिका फर्नांडो 54 of 29. तो लंकन प्रीमियर लीग भी चल रहा है वहां पे. 10 ओवर में 130 मार दिया जाफना किंग्स.
Nihal
Nihal
bhai is
Masood,
in the house.
what's up, my brother? Ishan Kishan for limited overs and Rishabh Pant for test. Yeah, man. MC, you got it, man. You got it, bro. LeBron James. I agree with that.
Agar Pujara is sorry, Pujara is vice captain. How you look at the decision? We should be vice captain. Pujara has the experience, probably that's why he got the thing. But yeah, I mean, me and Saud were discussing this a few moments ago that आगे के बारे में सोचना जरूरी है. कल को फिर Pujara is not going to be here for a long time. He's already 34 years old, and he has very
Yeah,
limited time. And the way he plays also बहुत slow है, and I think he doesn't have the temperament for a vice captain. But maybe yeah, Rishabh Pant should have been the vice captain, in my opinion. What do you think, Muswa?
yeah, I completely agree. I think ऋषभ पंत या किसी youngster को देना वैसा आप करो, because अभी आप वही बुक रहे, राइट? आप उसको रोहित शर्मा को दे दिया कैप्टनसी विराट कोहली के बाद. Instead, and now if Rohit Sharma is injured, like now KL Rahul is coming, just give it to. I think vice captain, the youngster should be there so that he has more time on his hands. And you have to groom, because these players are going to retire very soon. Whether it's in 6 months or in 3 years or in 2 years, it's still soon. So give
Speaking of
a youngster.
retire, yeah. Speaking of retire, गुरुवार से अगर विराट 2.0 चल रहा है तो 3-4 साल नहीं लेता रिटायरमेंट वो. So yeah, I mean, हाँ, वे रिटायरमेंट 3 4 साल नहीं बोल सकते. इट्स वेरी अनप्रेडिक्टेबल
एक
थिंग. इसके
फॉर्मेट तो
साथ
रिटायर हो जाएगा उन्हें,
हाँ,
एक
एक
फॉर्मेट तो
फॉर्मेट और
रिटायर.
फिर इंजरी की क्या सिचुएशन. दो इज वन ऑफ द फिटेस्ट पर्संस इन क्रिकेट दैट वी नो, बट लाइक इट्स ऑलवेज गोइंग टू बी इंटरेस्टिंग टू सी हाउ मच ही कैन मेंटेन दैट. एंड अगर अनफॉर्चुनेटली कुछ हैम या समथिंग ही पुल्स, which I hope that he doesn't. I want him to play last ball at like 40, but yeah, anything can happen with the age.
और सचिन के साथ भी, लाइक 40 तक खेला सचिन, लेकिन सचिन T20s उतना नहीं खेला, राइट? जब नहीं थे T20s तो इट वाज इजियर फॉर हिम
Yeah.
टू अडैप्ट. बट विराट कोहली हैज द फिटनेस, सो यू नेवर नो. आई थिंक 39 38 तक तो खेल सकता, लेकिन
The
पूरे तीन
100
फॉर्मेट्स खेला.
100 million ने 100 centuries वाला क्वेश्चन है ये. What do you think? Will he surpass Tendulkar?
यू वांट
28
टू
centuries to
व्हाट?
go. 28 centuries to go. Will Virat Kohli surpass Tendulkar?
वेरी डिफिकल्ट.
Hey,
आई
let's
से
say he
यस.
has another 2 years, 3 years probably.
I like Virat Kohli likes a challenge. He likes a target. He has 100 in his mind. Let's go, man. If he really like the thing is, I don't think he's looking at it like that. Like he respects Sachin Tendulkar too much. He doesn't care about the thing. For him, it's more about winning tournaments. He'll want to win the 50 over World Cup. If he can sneak in one more T20 tournament, he'll do that and win an IPL. I think he's more looking at the team results. I know it's a very cliche thing to say, like, and that's what it is. But yeah, if he's has that in mind, he loves to chase a target. So I'll say yes, 28 centuries gotta go. He knows the strike rate, he knows the run rate required. He can do it, man. Why not?
Why not? अगर उसने T20 छोड़ा तो सब बोलेंगे कि आईपीएल भी छोड़ो, टेस्ट छोड़ने वाला, छोड़ने वाला.
वनडे छोड़ सकता फिर जैसा बेन स्टोक्स करा. बेन स्टोक्स T20 और टेस्ट मैच खेल रहे मगर वनडे से रिटायर हो गया, तो ये भी हो सकता है, राइट? अब क्रिकेट भी बदल रही है. अब हमको पता नहीं कि इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट बायलैटरल्स कितने चलने वाले हैं, ओडीआईस कितने चलने वाले हैं, क्या पोजीशन है. अब वो तो आ गया आइटिनरी आईसीसी का कि ये वर्ल्ड कप है, ये चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी है, सब है. मगर
और
जैसा
बहुत
क्रिकेट
ज्यादा
बदल
क्रिकेट
रहा
है.
अभी,
Yeah.
अभी जैसे क्रिकेट बदल रहा है, ऐसा दिख रहा है कि फोकस लीग्स में ही जा रहा, तो वी डोंट नो कैसा रहने वाला है अभी. अगर कमिंग फ्यूचर में देखें तो आपको 2023 वर्ल्ड कप आई करना है, तो उसमें जो भी होता है, इट्स अबाउट प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर दैट एंड लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड. एंड फ्रॉम द टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप इंडिया हैव टू विन what 5-6 games out of 7, so that's another objective that they'll have. Whether they do it or not, let's see. I think Virat will play as opener in T20 World Cup. It's too far to say, Vinesh. I have no clue. I
I mean,
cannot
let's
confirm
focus
that.
on 2023. Like Rohit Sharma said, I can't think that far ahead. I think we shouldn't
No,
also
but it's
think
good.
that far ahead. Yeah, it's a
It's
good
good. I
analogy.
like
It's
looking
a
at
good analysis
2024.
that it is a possibility because your boy Shubham also on. You want to see him one down, so maybe that could happen. But yeah, we're out of time mostly today. We got a
और
lot of
एक घंटा भी
discussion.
कर सकते हो ना तो.
और एक घंटे भी कर सकते हैं. वुमेन्स का भी मैच चल रहा है तो मुस्तफा भाई काइंड इंटरेस्टेड इन द वुमेन्स क्रिकेट राइट नाउ.
Yeah,
बट
man.
या
स्कोर क्या
जो
है
भी
तो.
आप लोग के सवाल हैं, एनीथिंग यू गाइस वांट टू आस्क एंड स्टफ अबाउट द फीफा वर्ल्ड कप, अबाउट द क्रिकेटिंग वर्ल्ड, रीच एट चेसिंग द टारगेट, ट्विटर, इंस्टाग्राम. मुस्तफा भाई का पर्सनल इंस्टाग्राम भी है, मुस्तफा इस्माइल. You can reach out to him at any time. Is that a problem, bro? Can they reach out to you?
या ऑफ कोर्स ट्विटर पे मुस्ती मशीन पे, ट्विटर पे आप कभी भी मैसेज करो मेरे को. नितिन भाई
Yeah,
तो करते रहते हैं मैसेज. नितिन भाई व्हाट्स अप ब्रो, व्हाट्स अप माय गैंगस्टर.
so
187 for 120 overs ऑस्ट्रेलिया, तालिया मगा 70 or 51 एंड बेथ मूनी 82 और 54. तो ये तगड़ा स्कोर है ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए. विल इंडिया चेस इट? अभी देखना है कि शिफाली वर्मा, हरमनप्रीत स्मृति ये लोग चेस कर सकते हैं या नहीं. इट इज पॉसिबल. आई थिंक इट्स अ गुड पिच टू बैट ऑन, बट अगेंस्ट दिस ऑस्ट्रेलियन अटैक इट विल बी अ बिट डिफिकल्ट.
साथ ही साथ ये देखना है कि साउथ शकील फहीम अशरफ कैन स्टे ऑन द पिच or will it be another Ben Stokes miracle? That's about tomorrow. So let's not think about that now. Let's for now we can call it quits. आज का शो हम यही खत्म करते हैं. मुस्तफा, any last words of wisdom or anything you want to say?
No, I think it was more quieter of a day today. We had some great football action. We had some great cricket action as well. It'll be an interesting match, Pakistan versus England. Tomorrow the game will finish on day 4. That's my opinion, unless nature has something to do with it. तो देखेंगे क्या होता है उस हिसाब से. फिर आपका इंडिया बांग्लादेश का टेस्ट सीरीज है वेंसडे, ट्यूसडे वेंसडे, तो वो भी है सेमीफाइनल्स. तो looking forward to that. And apart from that, we're looking at the women's game. We'll enjoy that, and we will also check out the Sri Lankan Premier League. Dinesh Karthik said 2023 World Cup is important for ODI cricket to survive. Yes, and you saw the 2019 World Cup. Vinesh Bhai was outstanding. I loved it. For me personally, I really enjoyed it. The final was the best match that I've seen. So I think you need to go on those lines. You have to have some thrillers. You need to uh, have some good contests, and let's see what happens. It's going to be interesting. There's still a bit of time for that, but the preparation starts now. The teams will have to
Yo,
pick it.
yeah, Nitin Bhai is in the house. How are
Yeah, I
you?
said I
Yeah,
responded to him already, bro, man.
and he
Nitin bhai,
said,
man. I know Nitin bhai. First चले गए, तो कोई बात नहीं. We will wrap it up. Is it my internet or Faz's internet? I'm not sure. Who can you hear, guys? But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. एक घंटा हो गया, तो कल जुड़ेंगे आप लोगों के साथ hopefully ये time पे. तो make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the latest cricketing content. Thank you so much for joining us today, and catch you guys on the flip side. Take care.